We also want to talk about some of the other ships and what they're doing for this year in 2025. So let's talk about the rest of the fleet and what's
Certainly.
happening. So, Bob, you were talking earlier about what's happening in Port Canaveral.
Yes, it's obvious that Port Canaveral is very important to Royal Caribbean.
Well, the exciting thing about Port Canaveral is that we've got our new Utopia of the Seas, which is our 6th Oasis class ship, came brand new from the shipyard to Port Canaveral to do our 3 and 4 night sailings. That happened in July of this last year, and she's doing amazing for us. And you talk about a weekend, the weekend biggest getaway. This is the ship to be on. But in addition to that, we have 22 ships calling on the Caribbean in 2025. Most of those are out of Port Canaveral, but out of the ports of Florida. We've got ships sailing out of Tampa, out of Fort Lauderdale, and out of Port Canaveral, of course. But in addition to the Utopia, our beautiful Oasis class ship, this fall we're going to be moving the Wonder down to Miami to do our short 3 and 4 night cruises, because we're going to be introducing our newest member, the Star of the Seas, which is the largest ship in our fleet, and she will be our 2nd Icon class. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Bob, what does this mean for Port Canaveral?
It just means tremendous growth for Port Canaveral. It means tremendous opportunity for our guests to sail from Port Canaveral on cruises from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8-day cruises, hitting a large number of ports in the Caribbean, including what's really nice, the Southern Caribbean, where we normally used to have to go to South Florida to pick up the ships. So it's just, it's amazing what's going on out there.
You have more options, not only down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, but up here in Central Florida. So very, very cool.
Even from South Georgia, it's a great drive market.
It is. It is. And we have so many options, from our Oasis class ships to the Vision and the Radiance class ships. Some of our smaller ships, we call our smaller ships the small ships with big hearts. So we've got, lots of options and choices for all of our guests out there that want to have the Royal Caribbean experience.
Well, you're covering all demographics. You're covering the people who do like that small ship, the intimacy. I know we just had clients come back from the Brilliance. All they did was call me, raved about it, and booked 4 more cruises.
Well, Joanne, talk to us more about numbers, because I know you have some cool numbers to show us here.
Absolutely. So moving on into the rest of the world, we have 6 of our beautiful ships calling on Europe for the summer. So we're going to be calling out of Barcelona, out of Rome, out of Athens, out of Southampton, or Ravenna as options for our guests. And some of our itineraries we call interporting. So what that means is that you could actually join either in Rome or in Barcelona. So you've got some nice choices there. But the big news story with Europe for us this year is that our Allure of the Seas is going through a big revitalization, a makeover, and then she's going to spend her summer in Europe before she comes back to the States.
That's sort of a custom with the Oasis class ships. One gets redone every year and then stays in Europe, then comes back to the U.S.
Exactly. Yes. So Alaska. We've all been to Alaska, and we love Alaska. So we love the options that we have and the ship classes that we have in Alaska. We have 2 beautiful Quantum class ships. The news story here is that the Anthem is joining us for the first time Quantum class ship in Seattle. So we have the Ovation and the Anthem sailing round trip out of Seattle. Our beautiful Radiance of the Seas doing our north and southbound inside passage, and the Serenade, which will be offering round trip Vancouver this year. So again, lots of choices for Alaska.
And it's also not just Alaska, it's also the cruise tours that you can offer too.
Yes, exactly. Good call on that. So with the Radiance north and southbound inside passage, we do offer the option to experience the interior of Alaska and join our Wilderness Express car to see the interior of Alaska.
Amazing.
Let's go over to the West Coast. West Coast all the way over into LA. So great story here. We have 3 ships that will be offering our Mexican Riviera. Some of our itineraries actually offer an overnight in Cabo. Mary, share with us what ships we're going to be introducing in LA.
Yeah, we're really excited. The West Coast, I guess you'd say, has been underserved by us. So we're excited. We have the Navigator of the Seas there now doing 3, 4, and some 6 and 7 night cruises. And then in June, the Ovation of the Seas, which I know is one of your favorite style ship, Bob, the Quantum class, is going to join Navigator there out of LA. And then she does 3, 4, 6, and 7. And I do again want to highlight the overnights in Cabo San Lucas. We're the only ones doing that, and that is, I don't know if it's a bucket list, but it's an itinerary or a port that people really want to go to. And the fact that we stay overnight, you don't have to watch the clock. You can get on the ship at 2 a.m. if you want. The ship will still be there. I think that's a highlight. And then next year, Serenade of the Seas is going to home port out of San Diego,
nice port,
and do 7-night itineraries into Mexico, including La Paz, Mexico. So we're really excited about all the different opportunities, out of California.
And we're seeing a good increase of numbers of guests sailing from Southern California because of what Royal Caribbean's offering now.
It's great.
Let's look at the Northeast.
Okay.
Northeast being Boston, Bayonne, New Jersey, or Baltimore. So for our guests that are looking to experience Canada, New England in the fall, Bermuda, or even coming to the Caribbean, we've got some great choices there.
Joanne, moving a little farther from the U.S., how about the other side of the world? I hear you've got some expansion going on over in Australia.
Australia, New Zealand is a great opportunity for our guests to experience the down under. So 4 ships that'll be calling on the Australia, New Zealand. This is going to be the Ovation, the Quantum, the Voyager, and the Anthem in 2025. So again, amazing destination, and what beautiful ships to enjoy an itinerary such as Australia and New Zealand.
Spectacular for either, first of all, for the local Australian market, but for us Americans, a great excuse to get over there and travel in a familiar way and really see a lot, because it's difficult to fly. It's bigger than we think about it to fly around Australia. So cruising is a good way to do it.
Next on my bucket list is Asia. I can't wait to travel to Asia, either whether it's in Tokyo, Singapore, Hong Kong, or China. It's definitely something on my bucket list, and I hope to do so on a Royal Caribbean ship. So we have 3, again, beautiful ships with the Spectrum, the Ovation, and the Anthem that will be calling on our Asia itineraries.
Yeah, the ships are gorgeous, and I think they're going to be a great success for Americans who want to do that those itineraries.
Absolutely.
They really cover a lot of different destinations. And, booking through Go Travel, you can put together a pre-post. So if somebody really wants to stay in Japan or, stay in Singapore, you can put that together.
Exactly. Yeah, we connect you with our Japan specialist or our China specialist so that you can really curate something really cool for you, whether it's for your family or a couple. What kind of things do you want to do over there? We'll find it for you. Absolutely. Joanne, what's next?
Oh my gosh. Not only are we excited about 2025, look ahead at 2026 and 2027. We have just opened all of our deployment through the spring of 2027. So if you're looking to book further out and get some of those better savings that you can get when the prices are at a lower price point, please contact Go Travel to get booked into either some of those group pricing advantages that they have, or of course, pick those better selected staterooms that you might want to have first choice at as well.
I just want to say, in terms of the pricing, we do have an enormous advantage because of the number of groups we're able to maintain. There are some sailings where the savings is over $900 on a balcony
per
cabin.
person.
Per person on a balcony cabin.
Let's take a look at a few of the amazing Royal Caribbean deals we currently have in our exclusive inventory for 2025. First up, a 4-night getaway aboard the brand new Utopia of the Seas, sailing round trip from Port Canaveral October 20 to 24, 2025. You'll visit the Bahamas and Royal Caribbean's incredible private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay, An ocean view balcony is going for $1,416 per person on RoyalCaribbean.com with a non-refundable deposit. But through Go Travel, it's just $1,064 per person with a refundable deposit until final payment. Next, we head to Europe with a 7-night Western Mediterranean cruise aboard Allure of the Seas, departing October 12, 2025. Round trip from Barcelona. Stops include Palma de Mallorca, Marseille, La Spezia, perfect for day trips to Florence or Pisa, Rome, and Naples. Royal Caribbean's price for Central Park View Balcony is $2,052 per person, non-refundable. Our price? Only $1,138 per person. Again, fully refundable until final payment. And finally, let's go north. Way north with an incredible 7-night Alaska cruise aboard Quantum of the Seas, sailing round trip from Seattle, September 8 through 15, 2025. Ports of call include Sitka, Skagway, Juneau, and Victoria, British Columbia. Royal Caribbean offers an interior stateroom with a virtual balcony starting at $1,113 per person, non-refundable. But Go Travel has it for just $931 per person, refundable. Spectacular, right? And these are just a few hand-picked examples from our huge inventory of 2025 cruise deals. Whether you're planning a family vacation, a romantic getaway, or a group trip, there is still time to lock in great rates on cruises around the world for this year. Visit us at gotravel.com and let one of our specialists help you with the perfect sailing. Plus, help you with excursions, flights, pre-post land stays, tours, unique experiences, and more. Ready to start browsing now? Just click the links in the description to check out these featured deals or use our cruise search tool at gotravel.com/royal deals to find the perfect sailing for you. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you on board.